Hello, welcome back to another One Two Hockey Podcast. I'm your host, Martin Gilbert, and we're joined today again by Stephen Milani.
Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. Thanks for having me again.
This is
It's been so long since the last time I've been here.
Where are we? What year is this?
I believe it's 2083.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, this
I think.
seems legit.
Could be wrong.
Steven, what just happened? What did we just watch?
We just witnessed free agency, which is actually still going on at the moment,
course.
too. It's not over. It's never over.
Was it one of the?
It's actually
latest
never over.
one?
It was definitely a bit slower. It wasn't, I don't know. I mean, it's weird because, like, we know Gaudreau's going to New Jersey.
Yeah.
Just kind of waiting on the term and what the structure of the contract's going to be. Kadri.
Sleeping on it?
Sorry?
You think he's sleeping on it?
No, I think they're just working out details like bonuses and that stuff, like the yearly salary. It's all that stuff. But like other than that, it's all decided. Kadri, like, haven't really heard where he's going. Don't know where he's gonna end up. So you're still waiting on them.
Yep.
As opposed to that though, I suppose like again, there's the RFAs who we're kind of waiting on, but you know, there's still time for them. They got like all summer to decide what they're gonna do or what the teams are gonna do with them.
Well, it depends when the arbitration is, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes the arbitrator will make a decision pretty quick.
Well, yeah, it's also how many of those are going to arbitration. Like Matthew Tkachuk's not arbitration.
Okay.
Kirby Dach's not arbitration. Rasmus Sandin isn't arbitration either. Like you got some that are, some that aren't.
Okay.
So it all depends on that, really.
Your biggest takeaways for today?
I mean, Ottawa got they got better. I guess for, like overall so far, like you had Giroux and DeBrincat and Cam Talbot.
Yeah.
You could say they took a step forward. They definitely did.
You got them taking a step forward. Claude Giroux is a huge piece
Mhm.
to a team whose forward core looks deep already. I mean, Josh Norris still an RFA. We're waiting to see what happens there. Tampa Bay Lightning having those big signings. Anthony Cirelli, Eric Cernak, which I don't know if I told you about him, but I think he's got a 3-year deal, 5-year
8
deal.
years or 5.
So there's Eric Cernak. There's Anthony Cirelli.
Sergachev.
Sergachev. We got another 8-year, and then there was a third guy. I think it was
Chernak. It was Eric
I don't know
Chernak.
if he got an 8-year. I don't think he got an 8-year deal.
Oh, he did.
Okay, so there's another defenseman that got a 5-year deal.
Nope.
I swear to God.
Not to Tampa.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
No. They picked up Nemesnikov on a 1 year.
Right.
Yeah, literally the other defensemen on the team are Hedman, who has 3 years left. Ian Cole they got for 1 year.
Yeah.
Philip Myers, who they traded McDonough for. Zach Bogosian has 2 years left, and Cal Foote.
Okay.
Then the other two guys, or the other two are Sergachev and Chernak.
Okay. Well, very good signing. The Anthony Cirelli one was probably the biggest wow
Yeah.
out of all of that. Better contract than Braden Point. That kid, that contract, he should be getting $8 million on a regular team.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's one thing I actually remembered as well about Tampa and Florida and how they have kind of a cheat code when signing players. There's no state tax.
That's right.
So they get to keep more of that money, which I understand. I keep forgetting about that. I'm like, yeah, that's why these players can take these discounts in Tampa.
That's right.
And why that team could stay good for so long, because the players they don't have to sign $11 million contracts just to take home whatever. They can sign $8 million per year and take home like almost all of that, which is amazing.
You're playing Canada, it's almost 30-40%.
Yeah.
You're losing from your contract. Like Toronto picks up Ilya Samsonov. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I think
whatever his name is from Colorado.
Obey Kubel, yeah.
The Stanley Cup dropper.
Yeah, I'm really happy about him to shore up the depth. I feel like he's just perfect kind of guy they need. In 1 year, $1 million, like hardworking guy. You know what he is. He's reliable. Clearly, again, he's been on a cup winning team. He knows what to do.
I mean, not the pivotal piece, but of course he's
The Leafs have the pivotal piece. Yeah, exactly. They need to. Leafs have the pivotal pieces. They need guys to fill up the rest and show up. So I think that's a really good sign, especially like if you're losing Mikheyev and you're losing all these other guys who performed well for you in the season. You do need someone who can prove that they can do it in the playoffs, and I feel like that's what they need. Samsonov, that one's actually funny because the other day I was texting one of my friends, and like this was after they traded for Murray.
Yeah.
And I was like, could you, or maybe it was the day before they traded for Murray. I can't remember if it was Sunday or Monday night. I think it might have been Monday night because that's when it was announced that Samsonov was becoming a UFA. And I remember I texted my buddy and I said, like, imagine a Murray Samsonov like tandem.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I can't. And it's funny because that's this 2 years in a row predicted Leafs goalies free agency.
Really?
Last year I said I wanted them to sign Mrazek. No
Look
lie.
at that. No.
I wanted Mrazek. I was hoping for more.
Take this with a grain of salt, guys. He might be the bad luck you guys.
I probably am. I'm going to be honest.
Get him out of the Leafs organization.
But it's funny because, like, yeah, again, like he's the guy I wanted them to sign, and then they signed him, and I was happy. I was like, okay. And then we all saw how it played out, but they got rid of him. They were able to offload him. But
make sure you check out the last episode. We talk about Peter Mrazek in that one.
yes, we do. And the Leaf fan on the broadcast that was applauding.
Yes. Guys, overall free agency, not the best. They showed it on TSN that this was slower than last year's.
At least for the first 2 hours.
Yeah.
But
still a little slow. Of course, yeah, the deals are coming out from Goudreau and Kadri. They will come soon. You already spoke on who might be in on Goudreau, but Kadri, that's not really clear. They were in talks with Detroit, I think, whom they had a busy offseason.
Yeah, they've been active.
Perron, Sherratt. I forgot who else they got. They got lots of players.
There was a goalie they picked up. They traded for last.
Billy Hughes.
Yeah, Huso.
But him.
Still, if we're talking total
fair
additions,
enough. They've been filling up their cap space.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would have enough for Kadri. Klingberg's still out there too.
Yep,
He might be visiting with Dallas. Dallas wants a right-handed defenseman. They were in on Brent Burns, which that's also a big one right there. Brent Burns to
Carolina. Yeah.
33% retention. He's still depreciating value or assets, very quickly. How many years has he got, like, in the tank?
That's the real question, right? Like, this guy's already like mid-30s.
Yeah.
Still has, I don't know, like maybe he's maybe like halfway through that contract. Even maybe, I think he's got to be 4 years at least into that contract.
How old is he, man? 36.
I think he's 30. Yeah, like that contract literally takes him till he's 40. Yeah.
That's a hard pill to swallow.
It's
like a Shea Weber deal.
Yeah, it is. But at least that one they were able to get out of in many different ways, with the LTIR, and now Vegas has it and is just going to LTIR it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Burns is probably a guy who's going to play that one out.
Yeah.
Maybe he gets put on the shelf for his last year, but
I could see that happen.
I don't know. It depends on how these next few years go, and if he's feeling good and he still can play. If he can't play, then this is kind of his last ditch effort. Like, San Jose was a team declining the past couple of years, and now he's going to Carolina, a team that's competing for Stanley Cups, and they want to get to that next level. They feel like Burns could at least take them there in some way. And I feel like this is such like a Carolina move too. Like, every year, like, you look at their defense and you're just like, okay, they have like an amazing top four, and even like their third pairing is really solid.
Sure.
And then every year they always just add another defenseman into the mix, and it's like they just always have 6 solid defensemen.
They always find a way to get a guy.
Yeah, every single time. So, I mean,
replaced Doug Hamilton with Tony DeAngelo, and that turned out magnificently.
And then even like bringing in Brady Shea a few years ago. Like, I think did he go now as well?
Brady Shea.
Yeah, or maybe he was in rumors. I can't remember, but either way.
About Tony DeAngelo, he's in Philly now.
Yes, Philadelphia. That's right. Forgot to bring that up in the last one.
The best defenseman in the league, Rasmus Ristolainen and Tony DeAngelo about to play.
Oh my God!
Same line together.
Imagine if they were pairing.
That would be under John Tortorella.
Oh boy.
That would be a hell of a mess right there.
Oh boy, that would be hilarious to
Giant
watch.
mess.
I would pay to see that.
Well, you can.
That's
the thing, you
the
really
beauty
can.
of hockey. You
Welcome to
literally pay
hockey.
to see it.
Biggest disappointments is there some. I mean, there's really hard. It's hard to tell right now. The disappointments, unless if you like, there's a contract that you didn't like from today.
I mean,
Maybe Eric Gustafson. Was it Eric Gustafson for 4 years?
Goodbranson?
man.
Yeah.
Eric Goodbranson for 4 years, 4.84.
was that how it was 4.4?
Yeah. Where was that? Where's that too?
I don't even
I
remember.
remember the contract. I just don't remember where it went. And then you got Nick Leddy 4x4. He was on Detroit's team last year, and he was like a nobody pickup last year for Detroit. I think that was a trade. He was part of a trade.
Yeah, St. Louis traded him.
What?
St. Louis traded him to
To
Detroit.
Detroit.
Yeah, because he was on St.
Yeah,
Louis.
but no, he's St. Louis. St. Louis just signed him today.
Oh, never mind. So they basically extended him
I don't know.
in a way, because no,
Okay,
it
so
was
what,
it was the
Detroit
opposite.
made-
Then it was
Detroit had him all season last year.
sorry, no, they traded him to St. Louis at deadline. My mistake. I got confused. I can't remember. I found Goodbranson though, 4 years, $4 million
To which team?
to Columbus.
Yeah, that's interesting. That seems a lot of people online are not happy about that deal.
Hmm. Yeah,
It's a
it's
tough
steep.
one. It
it's
is
steep for sure for a guy like Goodbranson who's already. Sorry, just had him here. Where's his age? He's 30. I mean, he's 30 years old.
30 years old. Is he a top 4 defenseman though?
That's the thing. I don't think so,
Right.
but that's just my opinion.
Okay.
We'll see how he does in Columbus. I mean, I've been proven wrong many times by players over the years who don't even know I'm making these opinions on them.
That's fair.
Probably quite hilarious.
Yeah, probably. What is this guy talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like so, I mean, Letty at 31, 4 years, 4 mil.
Yeah.
Or Goodbranson 30, 4 years, 4 mil. Who would you rather
Sorry,
have?
how old is Letty again?
31. They're only 1 year apart.
Okay.
They might even be the same age. Goodbranson could have a late birthday. I don't know.
Well, I'm not entirely sure. I know Nick Leddy's more of a two-way defenseman, not much of a puck-moving guy. He can still do it from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Goodbranson is more of the defensive defenseman style, big guy. So, if we're talking about team fit, I don't see either one. I don't really.
I'm just
I
saying,
don't-
if
but
you had to
I
choose to
pick
have one of
between-
them on your team, you
Nick
had to take
Leddy,
one.
Honestly,
Yeah,
Nick Leddy.
that's probably what I'd go for that as well.
He's
Yeah,
versatile.
mobile. Yeah, like he can move.
Mobile, He's reliable. He's done well for himself in his career. Goodbranson, I don't know. He's been up and down.
Yeah.
Not really,
No,
a guy you can rely on your top.
he's played on a ton of teams already too.
Yes.
Which I mean, Letty, maybe you can say too. He's played on like 5, 6 teams maybe already. But again, like these guys are in their 30s, so it's only fair they've
They're
maybe.
traveling around.
Yeah, exactly.
But it looks like they're staying. Maybe unless pending a trade,
Mm-hmm.
they're staying. What was one? Pavel Zacha to Boston.
Yes, that's correct. It was a trade.
Eric Holla.
Yep.
One for one.
Yeah.
That one, Zaka's a good power forward, two-way forward player again. Big character, big player. He's good on the face-offs, center, left winger. You can play anywhere on your forward court and be good. Eric Holla, he was the second line center for Boston last year.
Yes.
I'm not too sure about his stats.
I think they were decent. Like maybe he was like a 50-point scorer or something like that. I can't remember exactly.
Let's have a look at Eric Holla here.
But yeah, but with Boston potentially getting like Krejci back, yeah, that maybe like for them, that's where they're like, well, we don't need a Nick or an Eric Holla anymore, right? Like we don't need that second line center because we're getting our second line center back, and
It's not confirmed yet. David Krejci does not have a contract.
no, not at the moment, but everyone knows if he
Yeah.
comes back to the NHL, there's only one team he'll sign for.
That's right, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Holla, how many points do you get this year? 44 points.
44, and how many games?
78. Well, 50-point player is not bad.
Yeah.
On your second line.
It's what you kind of expect,
50
really.
to 60 on your second.
Yeah.
It's respectable. Pavel Zacha, I'm not entirely sure what he got. Probably a 30, 40 point player right now.
Yeah, and for the Devils too. So he'll be moving on to a team that's definitely better now.
36 points, minus 21 last year.
Yeah.
That's bad. Minus, but plus minus.
No, but that's just playing for a bad team. That's what's going to happen.
They weren't supposed to be this bad. Let's be real here.
Uh,
The amount of stuff they added last year, Dougie Hamilton taking off the biggest free agent piece out there.
he was injured for most of the year, though. You got to remember.
Fair- well, okay, yes, and then they got PK Subban. That was like the best guy.
Goalie didn't really show up. Didn't have a great year either.
No.
So I don't know. Yeah, whatever. It was an unlucky year for them, but they have to deal with it now, and I don't know. They'll be looking to bounce back next year. So that's why even they're going for a guy like Howla just to bring in some veteran for the forwards because they have a young forward core.
Right.
And yeah, I guess obviously,
And they just got Simon Nemec too.
yeah, there we go. Yeah, they had the second overall pick. So yeah, they're.
Shane Wright. Oh my.
So yeah, no, New Jersey's definitely, they're fine. They know what they're doing. And yeah,
Actually, I got some stuff here.
mhm.
Tyler, who was on the
Trade deadline.
trade deadline.
Yep.
I keep mixing up. He kept on sending me texts. Lehkonen signs a 5-year deal with the Avs for 0.5.
So he stays.
That's Sadly, he doesn't come back to Montreal.
No.
but He's
Happy.
He's best friends with Rantanen, and it's pretty cool to see him succeed and be on a good team. So I'm happy for him at the end of the day.
Yeah, he's a player I've always liked. Even when he was a Hab, I've always just been like, that's a good, hardworking player that I'd love to have on my team.
Especially after the run he had in Montreal was incredible. The
Mhm.
overtime goals.
Yeah.
You could see the potential he had on a proper playoff team.
Yeah, for sure.
Andrew Kopp, 5.6 for 5 years to Detroit. That was the other contract. That was well, there's many. I think there's another one too. Robert Thomas, 8-year, 8.1 to 5, an extension for him. That seems a little steep, but I
Wait,
know.
I just realized. So that was signed today, right?
Yeah,
But it was signed before noon.
well, no, that's the thing. That's like Sergachev, so he still had a year.
Oh, that's
So
what.
they're just to give him an extension.
No, but they have like 1 year.
Robert Thomas was not.
Oh, right. That's why it's
was
an
not
8 year.
a-
Oh, wow.
Yeah, come on, Steven. Come on.
Yikes.
Wake up, Steven.
Yeah,
Vincent
smell the coffee.
Trocheck to Rangers for 7 years.
Yep.
I forgot the AAV.
Like 5-7 or something like that. 6-7, 7-5. I don't know. I think it was 7.
Don't remember liking it too much.
I think-
7 years is quite a lot.
Yeah, especially with.
$39 million.
So that's like 5 something. Yeah,
5.65.
yeah.
He's
That's-
29.
Yeah,
He
you know
turned
what?
29 last week or 2 weeks ago.
That's good. I don't mind that,
Yeah,
actually.
He's gonna be 36, but is he?
I think
know.
that's fine. I think it's not the worst deal. Like,
no.
it won't be the worst deal today. Maybe it will just because of the length. Like, in that last year, like the final 3 years of that contract, it won't look good. But like,
I don't know if he can keep his production up until he's 36, 34, 33. Yeah,
well,
it depends also who he's playing with and if he's I'm not really entirely sure about Vincent Trocheck. Not sold on him.
no, that's fair. I mean, the Rangers see where, like you said, we'll see how they utilize him, and if he is getting the ice time that he needs, and he can
51
stay
points,
healthy.
51 points last
Yeah.
year.
How many games?
81.
81. So injuries aren't
It's
really an
Erik
issue.
Haula.
What are his playoff stats like? Because that's what really matters. That's what the
Yes.
Rangers are looking at.
If you want to show me playoff stats, I appreciate that. Let's go Hockey DB because they got their shit. So he played 14 games, 10 points. So yeah, that's good. That's good performance.
Oh, yeah.
But that's like his first actual performance in the NHL in the playoffs. The year before, 9 games played, 3 points. The year after, before that one, 8 games played, 2 points. So
Yeah.
it's his first proper showing that he can be a player you can go to in the playoffs.
And what a time to do it with 1 year left on the deal. He knew he had the pressure
What
on
about
him.
Ryan Strome though?
Yeah, what happened? Both Stromes, even
That's
Dylan
right,
Strome. Like,
Dylan Strome's there, and Ryan Strome. I'm sure they could have gone him for about the same price as Trocheck.
yeah, definitely. I
He was
mean,
already on the team. 54 points for the New York Rangers last year. Let's see the playoffs, because he did go in the playoffs and pretty far. So in 19 games, he got 9 points. He has less playoff experience.
still not
Just
bad
about the
though.
same. Yeah, it's still not terrible. More games played. Vincent Trocheck 14 games played, 10 points
hmm
versus this. It's hard to compare. Or it's hard to not compare them. They're pretty much the exact same. Yes, one has proven this year that he was better at points, but that could fluctuate depending on the team, right? If Ryan Strome was on the Carolina team and put on the same position, would he be able to accomplish the same?
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things. You're right. They are very similar types of players.
There's silly
Yeah.
questions we can't answer, right?
Yeah.
You need a crystal ball or something to.
Montreal had a crystal ball. His last name was Huey.
Okay, enough. Look at this guy. Look at the comedians here. That's why we got him here.
It's the only reason why I'm here. I wouldn't be on here if it wasn't for my
His charm.
great sense of
Look at
humor.
his hair. He's a sexy man. Call him right now. 911. That's his phone number. Give him a shout. He'll get to you right away.
No, don't. That'll probably get you in trouble. So do not call that number
More than likely.
unless there's actually an emergency.
Darcy Kemper to Washington.
Yep. That one, we knew that one was happening.
All the goalies we pretty much, well, other than Samsonov, which, I mean, there was some rumblings about it, but Campbell and
Kemper, yeah.
knew already what
Yeah.
was going on. Definitely.
No surprises on those fronts.
And again, if you look at their contracts, would you knowing how much they're signed now, would you just sign Darcy Kemper over Matt Murray?
Yeah, I was gonna say actually the Kemper deal.
Like, does that make you feel angry that
Well,
that your
maybe.
general manager just said, "Screw it, I'm not."
Well, maybe he did kick the tires with Kemper's agent, and maybe Kemper was just set on going to Washington or something. I don't know. Maybe he didn't.
It wasn't too set, because it did take him until
No,
second hour, third hour of the day to get the deal done.
No, I get that, but like we still knew like the days before the free agency opened that like him to Washington is pretty much a done deal.
He was the main culprit for Washington.
And again, like it's all about those days leading up to the actual start of free agency, because like that's when the dominoes start to really fall. And I guess with the goalies, just everything kind of came together real quick. Like it was all basically like Sunday night when I think the Leafs.
If the Leafs didn't get Matt Murray, they waited. Why did they have to pull the deal before the free agency? Why couldn't?
Because if they didn't do that, it would have been too late. All the other goalies were off the market.
Well, what? No. What are you saying? So if Matt Murray doesn't get acquired by the Toronto Maple Leafs, they go to free agency, letting Jack Campbell go to free agency. They have this cap space now to either go ahead and do the trade with Ottawa or be in it for Darcy Kemper.
No, I think Kemper at that point was
He
already
wasn't sold. There was no way.
Well,
there was no confirmation there.
well, because the way it sounded was
There's nothing.
the way it sounded was on Sunday or Monday,
Mhm.
the Leafs met with Jack Campbell, or Dubas met with Jack Campbell's agent. There was like no progress made, but it was like a good conversation. But either way, both sides left the conversation saying like that's that. Like it was basically like stop. Like he's not going to be a
Of course,
Maple.
not interested.
So at that point, the second you know Jack Campbell's gone, you don't waste any time. You don't roll the dice at like a guy that you may or may not get. You just go for a guy that you know you will have.
But you can do that at today. You can do it.
But
today.
you also can't get in a bidding war if you're the Leafs. The Leafs can't afford to rise the price on Darcy Kemper.
Let me
They need to
ask you
go
a
after
question.
guys
Let
that
me
no
ask
one
you a
else is going
question. Let me
after.
ask you a question.
Yeah.
Darcy Kemper, $6 million, or Matt Murray?
I mean, I'd like Kemper at $6 million, but the thing is, if you're paying him $6 million, what like you can't bring in Samsonov, you
No.
can't bring in
You can.
Obey Kubel.
You can
No,
bring Kubel.
barely.
You can bring him.
But
If
then
you
you
don't-
can't.
if you
But
sign-
then what do you do with Engvall? What do you do with
Well,
Sandin?
So hold up.
You have
So
other guys
Matt
that you need to
Murray-
leave space for.
4.6, right? Then you got Samsonov, who's making almost 2 million.
Yeah.
Put those two guys together, that's about 7 million.
No, I get it.
So 6 million on Kemper, and you get another two-way deal for a goalie. You know, take a risk on their backup.
No,
At least
no, the Leafs,
I-
the Leafs
you took a
can't take a risk.
you took a risk. So now you split the risk into two parts. You have two goalies that you're taking a risk on instead of having just one permanent goalie that's
But it's
you're
also not
confident
that
on.
big of a risk.
Matt Murray is a pretty big risk.
I'm,
Injury prone to hell.
I mean, hey, I'm whatever. Like I
I know you're. I just need to understand this because
yeah.
Darcy Kemper just won the Stanley
No,
Cup.
I know.
So you'd figure
I'm thinking realistically though. The
the
Leafs
Leafs
weren't.
never think realistically.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I was thinking realistically that the Leafs
Matt Murray's
aren't gonna.
not realistic.
I get it. I get it. A lot of people definitely think that. But you know what? Like, I can't think that way because then, like, he plays for the team I cheer for.
There's
I
no
want
way
him
that
to
that
do well.
guy didn't want to resign with Toronto. There's no way that he didn't. Jack Campbell did not want to resign. I need
It
to know
sounded
this.
like they.
Because like the kid loved the place. He liked he didn't.
I know.
You didn't hear often him complaining or having any sort of bad time in Toronto. Everyone loved him.
Yeah.
It can't be like a Goudreau situation. It would have to be a money situation.
Yeah. I know, and I think
There's-
that's what it came down to. It just sounded like the Leafs.
So you're
Didn't-
saying the Leafs weren't willing to pay him $5 million?
It sounds like they didn't want to spend $5 million on a starting goalie.
But like,
I don't know, man. I mean, they obviously they got to spend money elsewhere, which I agree with. Like they put themselves in the spot that they can only do so much with the remaining cap space. That's what happens when you pay 3 players $10 million plus.
So we have like about 4 minutes left. I just want
Yeah.
to ask one more question.
Yeah, for sure.
For the Toronto Maple Leafs, Steven, we had a chat about this earlier. Matt Murray, you know, if this Leafs team, because Dubas has this might be his last starter next year. If they don't even make the playoffs, if they make the playoffs and you still lose in the first round, right? That's still a colossal failure.
Oh, big time.
What is your first move? What is other than Dubas and
Yeah, other than cleaning
Shanahan-
house with
Shanahan
management.
gone.
Uh,
What is the first move that you would do?
Oh man, I don't even know. Like that's the thing. Like Marner would have 2 years left after this year. Tavares, same thing. Matthews and Nylander would be entering their final years. You still have Riley on that extension that's kicking in next year. Yeah, I mean, it would be like that new management group. It'd be about trying to surround the core with better players. So maybe changing depth. So like maybe Kerfoot's the guy who goes, you replace him.
So you're saying just basically do status quo but with another general?
No, it's a new. It'll be like a new. I don't know. It'll be like a different way of thinking. Maybe like that's like maybe it is literally just a change of the way they're playing or the way they're being coached. Like I don't know.
Mike Babcock. Then they go with Sheldon Keefe. How many coaches until?
I know that's the thing, and that's why like I think if they continued to play like this, like Matthews, he's not going to re-sign.
He's not going to want to stay.
Nylander's probably not going to re-sign. Marner's probably not going to re-sign. Tavares,
Might want to stay.
as I said, might not. Like again, I'm saying,
Yeah, it might.
but
There
like
might.
Matthews is a guy for sure.
If
he's
not happy,
gone.
he's gone.
He's gone.
He's a smart kid. He knows how to make money. He
He wants to win. The guy wants to win,
He
and
wants to win, but he's gonna take the money too.
yeah. But again, like
He knows the services.
but he's also like, it's not like he's just being a bum on the ice. Like he like watch him these past playoffs. Like he did everything he
At
could.
the very least, he plays 70%. Like at his worst, he'll play 70%.
Oh, even higher.
At his I wouldn't go higher.
But
At his worst, did you see him? He's not pushing. He's not forechecking.
Yeah.
You know, that's not great, but at least he'll do the little things, to an extent where it's satisfactory.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything else you want to add to the free agency?
No, I mean, just I guess we'll wait and see over the next few weeks and month and see what happens. Like slowly stuff will start to happen. There's guys that like we definitely forgot to mention that will sign and
I'm sure
they'll get like some brilliant deal because like no one wanted them right away. Then like they took their time.
Go. We gotta go.
There will be. I'm sure there's going to be some more trades that happen too, which will be interesting to see. So yeah, I guess just waiting for that and
Let's go.
yeah, seeing how it all goes.
So let's try to make another episode soon
Yeah, definitely
and
be more consistent.
Yeah, hopefully have a video once a week at least,
Yeah,
because it's or once every 2 weeks because the off season's a little slow.
yeah, it's the least we can do for you guys.
There you go.
You know,
All right, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.
take it easy.